Okay, boys and girls, this is one of the most amazing pieces of information that I have seen in my whole life. This is from a video. You might want to write this down. This is the video on YouTube. Who are the real forces behind New World Order? Centuries of Organized Deception, Revolutions, Tyrants. And it's from Amazing Discoveries. The channel is Amazing Discoveries. Now let's look at this. This is talking about the Masons, the Freemasonic organization, January 22nd, 1870. Mazzini wrote to Pike, alluding to Pike's new and reformed Palladian rite. We must allow all of the federations, meaning the Masonic federations. We must allow all the federations to continue just as they are with their systems, their central authorities, and diverse modes of correspondence between high grades of the same rite, organized as they are at present, but we must create a super rite, which will remain unknown, to which we will call those Masons of high degree whom we shall select. They're going to make a super rite, and they're going to call special ones into that rite. With regard to our brothers in Masonry, these men must be pledged the strictest secrecy in the super rite. Through this supreme rite, we will govern all Freemasonry, which will become the one international center, the more powerful because its direction, the directors, the ones who direct it, will be unknown. One international center. Okay, now watch this. Here is the Masonic people, the Freemasons, designing the world wars.
This secrecy. Through this supreme rite, we will govern all Freemasonry, which will become the one international center, the more powerful because its direction will be unknown. Now, Albert Pike wrote a letter to Mazzini, and that was dated August 15, 1871, in which he propagated that there should be a world order, a one order where all nations are under the control of one central organization. And in order to achieve this, they plan the First World War, to overthrow the power of the Tsars in Russia, protector of orthodoxy, and bring about an atheistic communistic state. Did that happen?
The Tsar Nicholas was shot, and all of a sudden the strange atheistic communist state rose up and took over Russia.
The Second World War, that's also written long before the event, to originate between Great Britain and Germany.
This was written in 1871. The Second World War to originate between Great Britain and Germany to strengthen communism as an antithesis, communism as an enemy. The Second World War was designed to make communism rise up as a problem. A communist as an antithesis to Judeo-Christian culture and bring about a Zionist state in Israel. Three things. Second World War originates between Great Britain and Germany, strengthens communism, and bringing about a Zionist state in Israel. See, the Tsars were overthrown, and the First World War rose up.
Germany, to strengthen communism as antithesis to the Judeo-Christian culture, and bring about a Zionist state in Israel. Did it achieve this objective?
This book is The Secrets of the Illuminati. This is from a book called The Secrets of the Illuminati. Secrets of the Illuminati by Doc Marquis, Secrets of the Illuminati. Okay, now there's a last part here. That's pretty
written long
amazing.
before the event, to originate between Great Britain and Germany, to strengthen communism as antithesis to the Judeo-Christian culture, and bring about a Zionist state in Israel. Did it achieve this objective? Yes. In fact, after this war, Israel, in its present form, was reinstated under the protection of Britain. And then, interestingly enough, a Third World War, a Middle Eastern war involving Judaism and Islam and spreading internationally. Well, here's another quote, just in case people don't like that quote. Mazzini with Pike developed a plan for 3 world wars so that eventually every nation would be willing to surrender its national sovereignty to a world government. The first war was to end the Tsarist regime in Russia, the second to allow the Soviet Union to control Europe, the Third World War was to be in the Middle East between Muslim and Jews and would result in Armageddon. Interesting.
So through the events that are going on through the health crisis, people are learning how to submit to a one world directorship.
Now, how were they going to do it? Let's read what Albert Pike wrote about these wars and how they were going to be unleashed.
Remember, this was written in 1871.
We shall unleash the nihilist and the atheist, so the destroyer and the atheist, and we will provoke a formidable social cataclysm which in its...
Albert Pike planned 3 world wars in 1871. This information was on display in the British Museum. A formidable social cataclysm, a horrible thing that causes people to rise up and respond. The citizens rise up to defend themselves, and they exterminate. Both Christianity and atheism by accepting a one world government. Christianity doesn't work, atheism doesn't work. We need a one world government. This is from a book called The Fourth Reich of the Rich by Griffin. The Fourth Reich of the Rich. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provide a formidable social cataclysm. What does that mean? That means horrible things happening in the social atmosphere, so that the nations, so that everybody will see a horrible effect of absolute atheism. Look at the rising up of Hitler. That's a formidable horror, slaughtering millions of people.
In its horror, will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism.
This is all planned by powers that are more enormous than all of the governments. Powers that are more enormous than all of the governments rose up in the 1800s because corporations had more money than kings and czars and monarchies. Corporations and people who were manufacturers ended up with more money than kings and governments. So this is how these things began to happen, through the darkness and the evil in human beings, making things happen behind the scenes. There's no such thing as a safe government, and there never has been. In the origins of Christianity, Jesus taught the people to have nothing to do with government positions. Justice, be a voice of justice, but you cannot be a policeman making human beings on this earth follow rules. That is not your job. Your job is inspiring people as a parent in a family and being the kindest family in the neighborhood.
Origin of savagery and the most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the minority of revolutionaries will exterminate these destroyers of civilization, and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, will receive the pure light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer. The destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. Wow, what a clever plan. So you rub the two systems which you create up against the other. You create atheism as an antithesis to the Judeo-Christian culture. You have these two clash until they rub each other up, and then out of that you will get a new world order where you have a new religion which is far more esoteric and actually honors Satan. Isn't that a rather clever plan? Well, it's very...
The formation of World War I and World War II has happened. And creating communism and atheism as a scary thing for Christian believing people to set themselves up as an enemy. Many things have happened to try to contain communism. That's all a plan. If you want to put your people in military service to try to contain communism, you're doing a dangerous antichrist thing. Go back to caring for suffering children and caring for the suffering family that is around you.